Amazing grace, how sweet.
He was always a part of the picture, but he was just in and out, and it was kind of just known that he wouldn't be there when we needed him.
Because my oldest son, he had a really hard time with it because he was so afraid that they were going to be taken from me, and he was like, Mom, I don't want to go to a foster home.
And so I go downstairs, and she was stomping on a picture of my father.
The thought of being away from my children was like, no, I can't do that.
And I go downstairs, and she had smashed the window. We went to bed, and we were just sitting there thinking that night, you know, where are we going to go tomorrow?
That's when I lost myself because I needed to do some soul searching with myself.
My mom would drink with him, and then when she would get too belligerent, he would leave and let us to deal with it.
Why is God allowing these things to happen?
And then she's coming at me like with the bar that was in her hand, so I run outside and I run down the street to the police station. I was leaving the house in the cruiser that night, and my little sister was just like, Brandon, you know, if you keep crying, you can have my teddy bear. When my mom would drink, like, everybody was just so sick of it. Like, my little brother couldn't do anything about it because he was so little. My little sister was just, you know, too young to even know what was going on. I definitely, you know, see myself as, you know, I have been neglected. I have been, like, battered. My head has been messed with. I mean, I definitely see everything that I went through as, you know, not a great situation. It's definitely been a problem, and it's definitely had an impact on me. If it wasn't for the Burton camp, I would say that I'd be an angry kid, because going into the Burton camp, that's what I always say when I tell people about it, is that I was an angry kid. They taught me how to love, they taught me how to be peaceful, and just by watching them and seeing how they do things, I try to emulate that, and I'm a better person because of that. Having my brothers at the camp was a great experience. You know, I started off as the only one there, and then my older brother went, and it was good to have him there. You know, I still felt as though, you know, I had the upper hand because I had been there before him. So, you know, I got to show him the ropes. And then my little brother came, and he was really scared, you know, his first few years there. But, you know, we did the run together, and I just let him know that, you know, everything was going to be fine. You know, I didn't know it then, but now, you know, being older, I found that MSPCC had a big hand in that, you know, giving money for the movie tickets, for Six Flags and various things here and there, and to go to the camp. You know, I thought I went to the camp for free, you know, every time that I went, but apparently, you know, MSPCC has given a lot of money for us to go there. I wasn't around my, you know, family that often, and, you know, the times that I were, you know, just to get out and do something with them was just a great experience. Just go to the movies, see a movie with them. You know, we didn't, you know, go to the movies ever, and, you know, now to have the chance to see a movie and to see it with somebody that you care about just makes it that much better. I could have been in jail, I could have gotten somebody pregnant. I could be anywhere right now. Who knows where I would have been, but I'm at Boston College studying, getting an education, trying to better myself, trying to better my family, trying to set a good example for my family, trying to live up to my own expectations as well as all these people, and I'm happy. I mean, I can't ask for anything more. Had it not been for MSPCC or KidsNet, I would probably say I'd have less a chance to see my brother and sister out of, you know, the DSS setting, out of the foster home setting, and you need to be out of the setting because it just gives us a chance to bond more. There's not a day that goes by in school that I think, you know, I'm here because I'm a good kid and stuff like that. I always think about the people that are involved in me, the people that are helping me. I worry about my grades so much just because I don't want to let anybody down. Like, these people have fought for me, and I'm fighting right back for them, and it's just, nothing's going to waste. I mean, I'm trying as hard as I can, and I would just say thank you. I mean, I can't express it.
Emotionally, I was not looking out for myself. I wasn't dealing with what I was feeling at the time. So I think I was kind of losing myself without realizing it. One day, Keon went to school, and the teacher sent home a note and let me know that he was failing, and that was very alarming to me since Keon has always been my whiz kid child. So I made a conscious decision to remove the TV from the room. He went to school, and he told his teacher that I was hitting him because he was angry with me for taking the TV out of his room. And that's initially how I got involved with MSPCC. My neighbor at the time worked for MSPCC, and she thought it would be a good idea for me to get involved with them, not so much for the physical aspect of the whole allegation, but a family as a whole. Maybe there were some support issues that I wasn't meeting. Looking back now and being a lot older and wiser, I can see where I went wrong. And there were neglect issues there, mentally. And I think those are the ones that are hardest to correct. Because not to take anything away from the physical aspect of things, but a physical bruise is just that, it's physical. And in time it goes away, but emotional wounds, sometimes those are harder to heal. MSPCC, they offered me training programs. Whatever they offered me, I took it. Whether it was a workshop for parenting, because there's always something that you didn't know. And you learn every day. And they showed me other ways of going about things. Like I said, I disciplined him, the whole timeout thing or punishing. Sometimes that doesn't work, especially if you do it later on. Like at the time with Keon, I took the TV out of the room. He didn't have a clue why. So I just learned to, explain to my children, not so much reprimand them, but just let them know, there's consequences for your actions. And they provided me with baby clothes. They had a program called Cradles to Crayons, and they made sure my kids had school supplies, and she even got me a crib, a baby carriage, a stroller. She even got me a cradle for my daughter, which is something she didn't have to do. They have let me know that there's a light at the end of every tunnel. There is a lot of hope involved in dealing with things of this nature. They let me know that it was okay, to go through your trials and tribulations in life and that things will get better. They focus mainly on family. They're really big on family, the whole unit aspect of it. And they're not about ripping children from the home, which is what I thought. They're about correcting the problem and getting right down to the source and building values upon values on that. So my whole experience with them has broadened me even more. So in a sense, I'm glad things turned out the way they did. MSPCC, they did save my family. They saved all of us.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.